Well, hello again. We took a little bit of a break from these weekly reflections, these online reflections after the new year, as we all sort of collected ourselves after a somewhat chaotic but albeit beautiful Christmas season. And today, as we start off these reflections again, I'd like to just briefly, if I could, comment on ordinary time as we now have wrapped up the Christmas season and the baptism of the Lord that we just celebrated yesterday on Sunday. And now, as we enter into ordinary time, I'm simply going to suggest that ordinary time signifies a time of mission in the church. So we've experienced these great events of Jesus of Nazareth, the birth and the nativity. God took on his flesh and entered into our human condition, and completely entered into our human condition, and in these most unusual circumstances. We celebrated the Magi visiting the manger because they were called to experience this great message of hope, and in that we realized that God's a light not just to a certain group of people but to all the nations. And then finally the baptism of the Lord, where we reclaim and recall our own baptism, as Jesus inaugurated the waters of the river Jordan, and therefore all water, to baptize Christians in all nations. And now we go out and we witness all those things that we just experienced. This year, in ordinary time, we're going to be hearing from the Gospel of Mark, mostly with a little bit of John here and there, but it's the year of Mark, and in the lectionary. And in Mark, Jesus is really on the move. It's really quick. Just read the first couple of chapters and you'll see what I'm talking about. He is baptized. He gets driven into the wilderness by the Spirit to be tempted. And then he goes. He starts healing, starts calling disciples, heals some more. And he is on mission. It's sort of nonstop, very fast moving. And he reminds us in the gospel that we're called to mission as well. That now, having experienced these great events of Christmas, we go out into the world and share them in our own ways as we witness in our workplaces, in our home lives, in our neighborhoods, in our clubs, organizations, whatever it might be. And now I'd like to just offer sort of a little bit of a clarification of that, because I talk about mission and witness and all these things fairly often, and I think it can become a little overwhelming, but I don't think it's supposed to be. One of the great things that Jesus does in the Gospels is he's always seeking to heal people, and he's always seeking to encounter people where they are. And so that's our call too. We simply share the mercy that God shared with us, with others, wherever we go. We don't have to be behind a podium. We don't have to stand on our desk and shout the gospel. Rather, we just carry that love with us in a way that it becomes contagious. We become welcoming. We meet people where they are, and we seek to heal them, knowing that through the power of Jesus Christ, we've been healed as well. We carry this faith and this hope into the world, and we bear witness to the world to come in small ways, even in little deeds and little actions, and people take notice, and the kingdom continues to break in. So we're called to witness and we're called to mission, but it's not supposed to be overwhelming. We know Jesus Christ is alive and well among us, and in our daily actions and our desire to love those we encounter, we share the message with those that we meet. The gospel unfolds, the kingdom breaks in, and the world becomes a better place. May God's love be with you always. I hope everybody has a safe and healthy 2021. We hope it's a little bit better. And while there's no guarantees, we do know that God is always in charge. And that's precisely what we witness to. Stay safe and God bless.